Hi all, Hal here with, well, more Space Engineers, and as you can see we are blasting off once again. We have a pretty much a full cargo hold. We have stripped all of the ores and materials and stuff from the base and the rover, and we're heading to the new base. So yeah, let's get started. Hi all, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, it's been an interesting week thus far. Oh, haven't gotten a whole lot done, unfortunately. I'm still not feeling very well. But that's okay, because we're going to get some things done today, hopefully. So what are we doing? Okay, so last time we were together, we built this thing. I still don't have a name for it. So if anybody has a name for it, throw it down in the comments section. So we did just finish bringing up the last of our materials from the base down on the planet. I did leave a little bit of supply down there, not very much though. Basically it's set up so that if something happens and we have to go back down to the planet for some reason, we do have enough stuff down there that we'll be able to get some things done. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and hop in here. We did make some changes to the base. I'll walk you through some of this here in a moment. And we are going to do... I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and do a renovation, or do I want to just go ahead and leave things as it is, as they are right now. One of the things that I've been thinking about doing is putting in a more formal shape, or a more formal form of the refinery system, where we would basically have conveyors coming off of it going into sorting blocks, so we would be able to dedicate one refinery for each resource type, and only that resource type would be able to get into it. But as you can tell here, we're kind of limited on space, and so what I think we're going to do is, this is where some of these new modifications have come in. We now have a walkway over here. Why? Because the walkway takes us out here to our solar area. You know, this way we can get around if we need to. If we need to get out here to fix something, we'll be able to. We do have 4 solar panels up and running now. I will probably start expanding this out that way, away from the asteroid. But we'll see. May need to do like 2 more on either end. Give us a what is that? We do 2 there, 2 there. It's going to be 4, so 6. So that'll give us 12 total. Yeah, we might do that. Alright, so anyway, getting back to what we're actually working on here. Now, as you can tell, we are outside of the artificial gravity, but we are still within the realm of the planetary gravity field. And that creates some complications. Nothing that we can't work around. But it will make things interesting. Okay, so... now, like I said, we do have quite a bit of material that we're going to need to pipe around. So we have the conveyor blocks set up, and I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're just going to take it off the end here, bring the conduit down around, we'll pass it through over here, and then we'll run it out this way. And basically this big open area here is going to become our refinery pit. And I'm thinking I'm going to stack the refineries vertically. So then we will have basically a block here that comes up. Actually, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. So if I do this properly, it's going to be 2. That would be 7 refineries plus what we have over here. I might need to actually bring this down a bit. Alright, let's grab some plates. We'll figure it out as we go. Oh, I missed. There we go. Because we're going to need interior plates. And we're going to need a lot of them. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our conveyor tubes. And what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to bring this out. Here, I think. Come on. There we go. Now, actually, you know what I could do? Come to think of it, let's get out of here. I could do a vertical stack straight down. That would actually give us a lot more room. How many blocks is that? It's one. Yeah, we could do that. So basically what I'm thinking here, I'm thinking out loud a little bit. If we do this, we'd put a refinery here. And then... So there's going to be... We need a sorting block. And I want to turn all of the building guys off here. Turn you off. Turn the bobs off. Okay. Because what I'm thinking is we go sorting block. Down a conveyor. And this might actually require me to do a little bit more in here. So we go bring up our refinery, get the light out of there. So yes, we're gonna need to okay, that's what I thought. Because if I leave them the way that we have it set up, they'll actually be able to cross-feed each other, and we don't want that. Alright, so we're doing 2. Okay. Alright, and so we're going to rinse and repeat to do this a couple of times here. Alright. So we've got that. What I'll need to do is to program this sorter. I'll have to end up changing some of these sorters around, I think. Let's see. You're going this way. You only allow ore in. You go here. And this process is down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it should be good. Awesome, this should work nicely. And what we'll do is we'll set the original processors to only accept, say, uranium or platinum or something like that. So we have a system that's constantly feeding itself. We'll then take some of this other stuff out. I'll probably put a sorter, basically remove these guys, these furnaces. Once we have these all set up, and we get the sorters in place. So I'm going to go ahead because I think everybody's seen me do this like 20 or 30 million times already. So I'm going to do a quick cut. I'm going to get the rest of these things in here, start getting them welded up, and I'll bring you back for the demolition portion so you can see what I'm doing over here to get all of these wonderful pieces figured out and running the way we need them to. All right, so we'll be right back. And we're back. Alright, so let me show you what we've got in here. As you can see, things are already starting to weld up. So we have extended this line down. We've got everything tied in with sorter blocks in here. Each one of these sorter blocks is set for a specific type of material. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have it pass another set of sorter blocks on this side so that it only allows the materials to go out. We don't want them to come back. Now the fun part about this is that you don't have to set any filters on this. It just keeps materials from being able to come back in. Let me make sure I have, that is straight line through, yes, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these set up like so. And one there, okay. And then from here, we are going to do conveyor blocks, one there. And this just gives us a way to tie it all together. And one of the nice things about this is if you decide that you do need to have multiples of these for some reason, because these are conveyor blocks here, you can basically run a line out here and then have them run next to each other. Or you could take, well, I guess if you really wanted to, you could take this portion out. But I would probably recommend going across, and then that would actually allow you to run 3 of each. 3 of most, I should say. We'd end up having to take that connector out, but it's okay. We're not really doing much with it anyway, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get the last of these in place. And then what we're going to need to do is have this whole thing tie back in. And that's what we're setting up right now, is to tie everything back together. It looks like that one, right? Okay. And let's see, you're going that way. Materials go here. So if we take this block out here, because that's going to keep everything from feeding back through the loop. It's important to make sure that that is up and running before we do anything else. How much parts do we have? Oh, we got a little bit of parts left. Okay. And this is going to go that way. Okay. So yeah, that's basically some of the the random stuff that I get up to in this game. Doesn't even come close to some of the crazy stuff I've seen some of the other folks build. Like if you know Dredden, one of the folks that I hang out with on the 7 Days to Die side, as well as doing some multiplayer and Space Engineers. He also does his own stuff, but some of the things that he's built, he's actually built a processing station that is very similar to this in concept, but it's much more compact. He basically went with the idea of putting, you have a like a refinery in the middle, and you go say 3 by 3 as a cluster, and then you do this, and then you basically tie everything together with assemblers, and it all wraps around multiple cargo blocks. Really, really cool to look at. And when you realize that he tends to build them completely underground, like he digs a hole and basically just cuts passageways as he needs to keep expanding it. But I've seen him, one of the things that he built, basically you could drop like 1 million units of iron into it and it would process in about 30 seconds. It was crazy. Now, you know, those things obviously take a ridiculous amount of power to run, but it is what it is. But if you're interested in checking out some of his stuff, yeah, links are actually over on my page. Oh, there will be the associated people. He'll be over there. Alright, so that's going to get us stuff. Okay, so that's going to continue to weld up. We've got a bunch of parts being manufactured. So the only thing that should feed through all of this, so we'll have resources coming in, processing into ingot. The ingot then, yeah, the ingot then goes up here into here. Yes, so the assemblers can get to it. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure all of our refineries and arc furnaces will be here. Okay, so as you can see, I've already moved everything out of the refineries. Everything should be out of the arc assemblers, except for the arc assemblers over on the ship, which is good. Okay, what that means now is that we can take these out and not okay, yeah, here you are technically connected, but what we're worried about is we don't want to have a situation where we have parts floating off. Alright, so we can come over here, get rid of this arc array. I do need to be careful. Well, Bob's running, so I guess I could not worry about the parts.
Inventory full.
Oh, come on, Bob. Thank you. I was worried about that. All right.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Let's see if Bob grabs them quick. Ah! Uh-oh. Bob's sleeping. Nope. Looks like he might have grabbed them before they made it out of orbit. Okay. And one last one. You know what? I am not willing to risk losing parts. Let's put these back, because I'm like, yeah, you know, it's funny to watch, but it's yeah. Alright. Let's not risk losing the really expensive stuff, shall we? Okay, and then that means we can then take this out, and we should be able to take, no, I think I need to leave that, because do I want to leave that, or do I want, because you are set up to pass through there. I might need to re-engineer this a little bit. Because what I'm thinking is we have this pass. Basically, we take this sorting block out, move the refineries and everything over one block. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Can I? No, you're fine. So yeah, if we do that, because what I'm trying to do is I want to make sure that we have a filter in place so that these guys are only getting, say, uranium and platinum. But I'm thinking we're going to have to completely tear them down, move them over, put the sorting block in over here. Actually, no, we don't have to do that. Well, no, we do, because this one's tied to the cargo block right now. Otherwise, I would just run.
Energy low.
a sorting block here. Okay. Well, may as well get started. Let's go ahead and break them down. We can always put them back if we need to. And how are you wired in? You look like you are just a general goods storage. Yes. Okay, so you come in from outside. You hold a little bit of everything. You process everything. You allow materials to go that way. So, yes, you are general storage. Okay. That makes it easy. May as well just go ahead and weld these up. Oh, look at that. First one's online. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and take
Inventory full.
this stuff out. Now I could use the paint feature and just have Bob take all this stuff apart for me. That's not fun.
Inventory full.
Alright. Wow, is that battery really discharged? Huh. Okay, so we've got that. Now we want the refinery. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, that's fine. That's fine, we'll make do. Okay. Really? You're really gonna make me have to... okay. You're gonna make me do it. Have to do it the hard way.
Inventory full.
See, I'm always worried that things are just gonna start floating away. Ah! Alright. Okay, so you're there. Inventory is full, so we're gonna go ahead and drop... I don't know. 1,000 should be good. Okay. Yeah, okay. Bob is just taking it faster than I can get rid of it. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and put the sorter block back in. Make sure... Here, let's go ahead and grab this really quick. And it should be this one. Right? This one's going to be uranium and plot.
Energy critical.
Okay, so that one's going to be uranium and platinum. Oh, that's not going to work because the battery's in the way. Are you holding a charge at all?
Inventory full.
Steel plates.
Inventory full.
No, there's power cells in there. I don't want to... Because I think I've got the compact battery mod and the version of... Yeah, so it's giving me back power cells. So we're going to go ahead and drop everything but the power cells. No, the power cells are taking up all the damn space. Okay. Ah! That was lucky. Alright. So let's go ahead and get this thing in here now. make sure. Yes, you're golden. You're golden. Alright, and then we are going to get these set up with the modules here. We're just going to run these pretty much the way we did before. Right down the line here. There we go. Alright. So, now we just need to wait for everything to finish processing. What are we missing? We are missing construction components for days. Okay. Is that what we're missing up here? No, we're missing all sorts of stuff up here. Steel plates and construction components. Steel, pretty much everything. Okay. Alright, so. I think that is going to mostly take care of it. Let's do one more quick cut. I'll bring you back once everything is welded up completely, and we'll talk about what our next steps are. Because there is a reason why I'm doing this. Alright, so we'll be right back. And we're back. And yeah, it's been a while. So, alright, let's take a look and see what we've got going on down here. So we now have the cargo set up. So this is filtering, only allowing in uranium and platinum into the system on this direction. Both of these are running. As you can see, that everything is fully welded up at this point. We do actually have material in there, which is nice. We head down this way. So we have our iron, what was it, iron, nickel, cobalt, and on down, all the way down the gold, silver, and everything in there. Now I don't have ore for all of it, but we don't actually need to, because I can show you exactly what we've got going on in here. So as you can see here, we've got nickel being processed, uranium and platinum. So these are the last two of the refineries that we put in. This one is probably silver. Yeah, I think that one's the silver. Or no, that's refinery 3 is iron. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and change these names up so you'll know when you look at it exactly what it is. And we'll just take it straight off of these, because that's why the sorting blocks are here. But yeah, it gives you an idea what it's going to look like. I've had a couple people asking, you know, about doing something like this, so why not? I wanted to increase our production anyway, because, and the reason why we wanted to do this is because what we're going to do is we're getting ready to get into large-scale production. In order to do large-scale production, you need large-scale refining, and that's what we are now set for. So what I would do is if I wanted to expand this out, which I probably will because that's iron, and this was nickel, I believe, right? I don't remember if I did nickel or cobalt second. Nickel. Perfect. So for iron and nickel, and for a lesser extent cobalt, which should be the next one down. And the reason I did these at the top, yeah, cobalt, is because there's less need to have multiples of them. Iron processes very, very quickly, and you can blow through it, even with the yield modules installed. You can blow through iron processing ridiculously fast. If I do need to do it, I can always add it down here somewhere. I'm not overly concerned with it. What I will probably do is for things that take longer to process, specifically things like the gold, silver, and platinum. Gold and silver, since they're down here at the bottom, will probably get 2 more refineries on them for it. And then I may put additional iron refineries in. That way when I bring the mining craft through, we'll be able to process pretty much everything. And, I don't want to say instantly, but you know, we'll get a lot of materials very quickly. And since the refineries are set up to only allow one type of material in, except for the uranium and platinum guys up top, it means we can load these things up. and then obviously it pushes through. Like I said, we didn't set these up for anything. We're just using them to keep them from backflowing, so that the different refineries don't pick up different materials. If you want to have a clean system, you have to make sure you're doing this. You have to worry about what's coming in as well as how it's going out. If you were to hook these up just directly to the conveyor blocks, what could happen is that one of these might pull resources through, but you'd be able to basically backfill. So you'd say this was filtering, let's say all of these were filtering to, say, just iron, except for the last one. Because the last one is allowing everything in, these ports are bidirectional. So once you have a loop, or once you have a hole in your loop, you will have a problem with things being able to backfill in. So yeah, do need to be careful of that. And again, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because I've had people ask. So, oh, but anyway, so it comes up through here, comes in through this connector, and this is another reason why it's important to have those backflow sorters in there, because this is actually connecting to Bob, and Bob does not have a filter on him, and that's going out through that connection there. So if we did not put those in, when resources come in, like say stone, things you don't necessarily want going in through your system, they would be able to get in there. So yeah, now we do have it set up so everything can get through. We can now actually get ice into our generator now, which is a very important thing. We want to be able to breathe, so yeah. Our gravity generator, somebody was asking, you know, like, why don't I put a gravity generator in? I did. I just didn't show everybody that it was here. We just kind of tucked it away in there, just because I like to have the about a half a G is usually good. So yeah, what we will do probably off camera is just go ahead and paint this, because we're just going to do a quick paint all. But yeah, so that would be the build. Alright, so if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, especially if you want to just do something nice. If you want to be kept up to date and actually know what's going on around this place, make sure you ring that little bell. They keep telling me that it actually does something. I don't know if it does, but, you know, never hurts to hit it, right? Come on, we're gamers. We like to push buttons. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, if there's something you would like to see me do or take on in this series, feel free to let me know. Like I said, we now have mass consumption or mass production going. We are about to start mass consumption probably next week. We're going to lay down the keel for something big enough to mount multiples of these. But I'm thinking for Friday, we need to actually get into final production. And this big area that people have been asking about, yeah, it's got a purpose. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Okay, time to go mine some more iron.